Oh, that ain't gonna work. This is not gonna work. Can't have all of that light beaming all on us like that now. Islam to you, family. I'm happy to get on here and be. Hey, love, I'm gonna give you a ring a little bit later on today so that I can clear up any matters. Islam to you. Hey, Regil, I'm gonna get some good lighting in here. Just give me 2 seconds. We're gonna start the program at about 11:16. Okay. Alaa Duan Bey. Good to see you. Peace and love unto you. I'm most definitely going to be getting back to you as well. Those who are leaving their contact information to Consul to contact and speak with. I'm getting to you. I have to fulfill the nationality orders. Consul has to fulfill those first and foremost. That is primary. Let me see if I could get out this light. Have y'all with me? Okay. This is Noble Drew Ali's trust. This is how all the Moorish Science Temple of America was supposed to be enforcing as law. This is what we're going to aspire to over time. Let's see here. Share so we can get other Moors on here so they have this information. This is a great Masonic secret. I believe that I heard my president say one time that he would compose different affidavits and writ and material, and then splice it, and then 10 years later, or a specific amount of time later, Nabi Sandra Bey, good to see you. Thank you for joining. Please share so we can get some more family members on here. So because COINTEL will take information and twist it or use it, COINTEL will also take information and try to deceive the people and make them think what's being said is not true. So in my heart, I believe what the prophet did. I can't use the word belief because it means illusion. Stop believing on these churches and start keeping your FRN notes for your communities. I think the prophet did this too with his, this is the document number. I'm giving it to you right now so you can source it. This is the document number of the trust, 1928 Vast Estate Express Trust of Noble Drew Ali. Now, I believe our great prophet took, hey Tracy, good to see you, pieces of his trust and gave it to those closest to his heart. And Consul with my sister, also, she enlightened me on some things. It would be very hard for people to take the full document if he spreaded it throughout his trustees over the vast estate. Then they would all come together during certain seasons and times and politic about the pieces. They put it together like a puzzle. So the ancestors they loved me enough, and they know I love the people enough to give me a portion of it. Document number 10105905. Again, document number 10105905. You would probably never find all of it. But if you dig deep enough, you'll find pieces of it and understand the mind and heart of the prophet and what he wanted for the Moorish Science Temple of America and the bloodline of the Moors. Every time that the Moorish Science Temple name comes up, I'm going to replace it with consulate, because there's only two things that happen. Consulates get built, and we do it the way the Prophet did it, so we can bring all the Moors into the constitutional fold of government, or they get unseated, or consulates get built, and they no longer are the go-to. This is what's going to happen, because that's what happens when you do it right. The people are drinking the pure water, they're being nourished, eating good, not genetically modified food, tampered and watered down by all type of people, places, and things that have ulterior motives, save for your well-being. So let's get started. In the Cook County Recorder of Deeds office on August 1st, 1928 at 2:52 p.m., Prophet Noble Drew Ali registered this trust in that office. Whereas Moorish Americans are trust corporis of the Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali, 1928 Vast Estate Express Trust, whereas Moorish Americans are the fiduciaries, trustees, and beneficiaries of all said trust property. Whereas we are the divine trustees for the affairs Holy Prophet Noble Drew Ali. This is a Torrens registration. Woo! That's what I'm talking about, baby. Conveying our trust and our consulates back into the trust of the Prophet. Exhibit number 2. Thank you, God, for sending me this information. It's only used to better the well-being of the Moors. Hey, Pat. Got some trust information for you concerning that. You asked for us to put all of the lineage or into trust. We're going to give you this information so you can do it. Whereas the 1099 affidavit filed by Drew Ali on August 1st, 1928 at 2:52 in the Cook County Recorder of Deeds office, document number 1010-5905, book 521, page 579, will serve as the delegation of authority order under which it does say Moorish Science Temple of America, but under which the consulates shall conduct its business. Ooh-wee. Now, I had the 501c3s or whatever they are, COINTELPRO operatives, and the federal redacted files prove how they put COINTEL into place. Had they been doing this, all of the Moors, woo baby, every last Moor that's associated with the temple would have a trust. They would be conveyed back into the Prophet's trust, and or they would be taught how to administer their own state trust. Now, there was a picture that I put up right before I got on. And this picture, I'm going to read it to you. Personal trust law developed in England at the time of the Crusades during the 12th and 13th centuries. In medieval English trust law, the settlor was known as the feofer, two uses, while the trustee was known as the feofi, two uses, and the beneficiary was known as the sesteque use or sesteque trust. This is where you get 1666 minus the 1, 666, mark of the beast, sesteque act trust. When you source that and you really dig into that trust document, the sesteque v trust, that is how the Vatican and or Rome and or the Pope, he's the God of this world, not the God of the people, but the God of the ecclesiastic arm that rules and reigns throughout the earth. He created this sesteque v act to convert you into property. How? All of your documentation, every last thing with your name on it, is converted into colorable instruments called bonds, also known as T-bonds. They take your social security number, your birth certificate, your allodial land titles, your car registrations, your home deeds, everything that you own with your name on it. And they turn it into a bank bond. And the wealth that is invested in those material goods is now traded as a promise to pay on the stock market. Now, whomever they have promised to pay is going to want to collect someday. And if you don't exercise heirship over your estate and put it back in your own trust, then those who are coming to collect will receive what they're looking for. So this is why we're encouraging all the Moors, everyone that understands what this trust is, to put everything in trust. So if anybody comes and says that belongs to me, you say, no, it don't. I'm not under Sester QV Act anymore. I'm under my own trust I constructed by my own hand as the executor or executrix of my estate. Woo! That's what I'm talking about, baby. We owning everything that's ours. Okay. Whereas a delegation of authority is an instrument whose source is a sovereign authority in the nature of a grant either to the whole nation or to a class or portion of that nation. Whereas we are a jural society. Whereas we execute jura summi imperii and jura regia. Whereas the divine constitution and bylaws, along with the articles of association, the Articles of Confederation, and the Constitution for the United States of America shall be the building blocks for the body politic of who? The Moorish Science Temple of America. But in this case, because I advocate wholeheartedly for the building of consulates, it shall be the building blocks for the body politic of the consulates. Article 3, consular courts. Woo! That's what I'm talking about, baby. Yeah. They sleep on this thing. Oh yeah, getting hot. Love y'all energy. I can feel y'all. Abasi Talib Bey, Cassandra, appreciate you jumping in and sharing this. This is real important information that all Moors need. Whereas the books, 101 Question for Moorish Children, the Circle 7, the Adept Chamber books, and the Moorish Science Temple Divine Constitution and Bylaws are the literary foundations for the ecclesiastical body of the Moorish Science Temple of America and or the consulates. Come on with it, baby. Woo! Whereas the Supreme Council and Grand Body will legislate law regarding the Moorish Science Temple of America. These laws will be communicated to foreign authorities to ensure that our operations are acknowledged, accepted, and protected through the normal course of international law. What? That's what I'm talking about. Whereas the Supreme Council and Grand Body of the Moorish Science Temple of America, Consulate, convened and resolved that the following will be resolved as law for the consulates. I'm not going to put the Moorish Science Temple of America in there anymore. I'm not going to say that. And the reason why is because if they want to be conveyed into the Prophet's Trust, then they will separate from the 501c3 corporate entity that they are under, and they will take this resolution, this 10105905 number, and they will convey their temples back into the Prophet's Trust so that the people can get their land back and be edified. We're talking about the Moors. Oh, absolutely. That's what I'm talking about. Come on. Whereas all recorded Moors shall have the prerogative of jurisdiction in all matters, including nationality, title, status, claim, right, interest, and in the nature of any matter, civil, criminal, commercial, or otherwise involving a Moor. What? Furthermore, the Department of Vital Statistics in each state in which a recorded Moor was born shall transfer and convey as title the domicile of origin back to the Moorish Empire, of which their domination, authority, and inhabitation protracted from between. Whoa, baby, y'all finna get an understanding of how much you really own. When our president is telling us to nationalize and that we are the heirs of the estate, we walking around broke, busted, and disgusted. You got to listen to the president. He telling you what's right. Okay, so how vast is our estate? that our illustrious prophet Noble Drew Ali went around his elbow to his thumb to get for us. Protracted from between 3 degrees northeast of present-day Mogadishu, and 23 degrees north latitude at Yemen, also known as Moab. 5 degrees west of Sabia, 12 degrees east of the kingdom of Axum, to 42 degrees east longitude. That's 2,982 miles longitude. Latitude, and South Africa, 12 degrees east. The Great Atlantis, even into the present north. Farthest west, top of America, 72 degrees, north latitude, 4940 miles, 150 degrees west longitude, 21 miles, above the equator from Moab, 3,160 miles, and central or Mesoamerica, including Mexico and the Atlantis Islands at 19 degrees north latitude, 1,330 miles, 122 degrees west longitude, 74 miles near the equator from Moab, 9,028 miles, South America at 52 degrees south latitude, 3,640 miles, 78 degrees southwest longitude, 41 miles below the equator from Moab, for a geological span of over 15,376 miles. Now, hold on here, baby, because y'all gonna love this. Equivalent to 236,421,000 square miles, to be exact. More than 3/4 of the earth you are heirs to. I'm just letting you know the truth. That's what Prophet Noble Drew Ali got for you, Moors. 236 million square miles. A vast estate that you own, free and clear of all encumbrance. Yeah, baby. Now, with the individual party of interest and habitation, back to the consulates. When you hear consulates, you will know that the Moorish Science Temple of America is being named here. But we want a body politic who is going to protect, defend, and love the Moors enough to advocate and present them. And teach them how to present themselves. Ooh, it's getting hot, baby. Woo-wee. Here too, 4. A recorded Moor is one who has filed a declaration of nationality in its various forms with the Cook County Recorder of Deeds in Chicago, Illinois, and has received a document number for that filing. In addition, the document number will be used as a tax non-obligation number, either in the singular form for individual parties or the collective form for families who have filed one document severally. All recorded Moors shall have full entitlements to all titles. Wait, hold on. Hold on. All recorded Moors shall have full entitlements to all titles, status, claim, right, and interest in the consulates. Whereas the District of Columbia and the Congress of the United States under the United States Code Title 28, Section 3002, subsection 15A, will not have any undue influence upon the jural society of the Moorish people. Woo, baby. Come on with it. Yes, sir. Alkeem Zulu Bay. We're getting it in, Jerry. Okay. Whereas all titles of nobility, namely El, Bey, and Ali, shall be recognized by international law. What does it say? This is the world, international law. Whereas the flag of the Moorish Science Temple of America, whereas the flag of the consulates is and shall remain the red canopy and the green star, the mother of flags, and evident and declaration of our natural descent to this land, the Moroccan Empire. Quick side note, I'm flying all the flags, baby. Every last one of them. Because our empire is not divided. It never was and it never will be. And anybody professing that, they are COINTEL or they're people trying to divide the nation of the Moorish Empire. On my place page, you will see flags from all the dynasties. I'm gonna fly them all. Yes. Woo, baby. Okay. shall remain the red canopy and the green star, the mother of flags, as evident and declaration of our natural descent to this land, the Moroccan Empire. Whereas the Bureau of Moorish Affairs will oversee the operations of all councils currently listed, as well as those that may be established, dissolved, or amended in the future. Only authorized liaisons within the Bureau of Moorish Affairs will deal directly with the central governments of foreign nations, including the United States of America, or authorized liaisons appropriated by such governments. Credentials of ventures sanctioned to operate under the authority of the following councils shall be furnished within 15 business days of the request by an agent of an authorized liaison appropriated by a foreign nation, including the United States of America and its instrumentalities. Business days do not include Friday, as this is a holy day within the Moorish Science Temple of America. All inquiries about the operation of these councils and the ventures operated therein shall be directed to authorized liaison within the Bureau of Moorish Affairs. Oh yeah, baby. Now I'm going to tell you how your government is structured. This is how your republic government, the Order of the Great Seal, what and how they are structured. As of right now, this is the only information that has been gifted to me. So this is all I know until I am gifted with more. Number 1, the Council of Vital Statistics. Number 2, the Council of Nationality and Birthright. Number 3, the Council of Commerce. Number 4, the Council of Law and Justice. Number 5, the Council of Moorish Defense and Character. Number 6, the Council of Consular Affairs. Number 7, the Council of Moorish Education. Number 8, the Council of Private Service. Number 9, the Council of International Affairs. Now, if you look at the Zodiac Constitution, in there it tells you the significance of the number 9 and how it correlates to you, the great I am. Source that and look at the number 9 and how it relates to you. Okay. Whereas the document 1010-5905, also known as the Vast Estate of Douali, will serve as the instrument by which the consulates shall issue credit and discharge debt for recorded Moors through the Vast Estate Trust, namely the lands of North, South, and Central America and the outlying islands. Now, this says the document, known as the Vast Estate, will serve as the instrument by which the Moorish Science Temple of America shall issue credit and discharge debt for recorded Moors. Look how many recorded Moors are already here. Why ain't they getting they credit issued, they debt discharged, and they land distributed to them? From who? Those put in place to enforce the acts of the Prophet. Why isn't this happening for the Moors in Al Morocco today? Because they are in breach of trust. That's why. Woo, baby. We ain't in breach no more. We standing in the 5 pillars of light, and one of those is truth. That's why we holding everybody accountable to truth. Whereas all recorded Moors shall have the right to freely travel unobstructed, unmolested, and unfeathered in their various modes of transportation throughout the North, South, and Central Americas. Whereas all recorded Moors shall have an unobstructed, unmolested, and unfettered right to bear arms throughout the North, South, and Central Americas. Whereas all recorded Moors now in prison in penal holding facilities shall have the right to request aid of a consulate officer of the Moorish Science Temple of America to secure their release from such facilities. So why are our Moors still in the prisons? If they have this information with them, and I know they do, because they the Moorish Science Temple of America. They supposed to have this information, and they supposed to be enforcing this trust. Because if they don't, then the Prophet died in vain and all his works died in vain. And that is impossible, because he's raising up, his spirit is raising up Moors. I've been woke for 7 months. The Prophet's spirit woke me up 7 months ago. And I'm executing the things that the Moorish Science Temple of America was supposed to be executing 105 years ago. Why did the Prophet have to wake somebody who didn't even know anything about this movement up to be able to do this? Because they're not doing it. That's why. Woo, baby. We praise the ancestors, though, that he still got our backs. Woo, I'm getting hot around this thing. Y'all energy's popping right now. Let me read that again. Islam Jess, good to see you. Whereas all recorded Moors now in prison in penal holding facilities shall have the right to request aid of a consulate officer of the Moorish Science Temple of America to secure their release from such facilities. Now, all of your brothers and sister Moors that are in prison right now, have them get on the phone and call the Moorish Science Temple of America and or consulates and request relief so that the officers, the sheiks, the sheikesses, or any of those holding positions or titles can go to these facilities and release and retrieve the Moors because they have the jurisdiction to do so. If they don't have the jurisdiction to do so, they're a 501c3 operating under a de facto government, and that's why they don't have the jurisdiction. If their science temples were put under this trust, they would have all the jurisdiction and lawful authority to be able to go release your Moors from prison right now. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Now, whereas if any Moor is forced into a judicial proceeding regarding any statutory violation, the liability charged placed upon the charging offender or offenders shall be the amount of $1,800 per minute, which shall be awarded to the defendant based on the amount of time the defendant was detained, the amount of travel time spent, and the courtroom time the defendant used in negotiating such matters. Also, the charging offender or offenders shall pay the jurisconsult the amount of $5,000 per hour based on the time spent defending the libel. These fees shall be paid on the day of the hearing or trial. Moreover, all bonds and derivatives shall be surrendered to the jurisconsult. Oh, so you mean to tell me for the past 105 years that these documents have been in circulation within the Moorish Science Temple of America, they're not getting $1,800 per minute that our Moors are detained in prison? They're not getting. This is a lawful enforced document registered in the Cook County Recorder's Deeds office. It can be enforced in any tribunal and or consulate. Why aren't our Moors getting remedy for being harassed by the Service Corporation? Why aren't our Moors getting remedy for the time they're spending in these institutions? Or the people who are going and exercising authority to help them get out, why are they getting paid for that? The reason why is because they're not enforcing this law that Prophet Nubal Jew Ali gave to us. And let's just make sure, with that being said, this 10-10-5905 document right here, 10-10-5905, Prophet Nubal Jew Ali's signature in the Cook County Recorder of Deeds office. I believe there's a witness already signed as well. When you source this document, all of you Moors who are astute and competent in enforcing the law of the Prophet and the acts that he established, when you source the document, begin to use it to deliver your Moors from these jails and these prisons, and whatever else you need to do. If you are not in propria persona, you have no jurisdiction to delegate this document, to use it, to do anything. The reason why he was able to even file it and compose it was because he was in propria persona. He declared his nationality. If there's anything I missed to my other active counsel, Lady Sharon, please let me know on this line right now. If I didn't miss anything, the next teaching is going to be your Freedom of Information Act to the Treasury Department so you can get your account numbers. The reason why you want your account numbers is we got to put those in trust too. The wealth of your family lineage has to be put into your trust if you are a competent heir. And you have to manage your own estate competently. Now, when you manage your own estate, Then you teach your children to do so. You show them what it means like to be an heir. And you put them in a living will and a dying will, all of the trust. You give it to them if they're exercising competence. And you tell them to whom you want the wealth of the family to succeed to. And this is how you begin to live how you were originally supposed to in the beginning, before you got deceived and your trustees didn't disclose to you in contempt and misprision that you even had a vast estate. With that being said, I love y'all. And I hope you take this information and you use it wisely, because you're going to get smacked around the cosmic law. And the spirits, our ancestral spirits, ain't gonna let you be doing no mess with all of this this gems and this gold that they're giving us during this time. Share the video. Comment on the section. Join Consular Courts Northeast Amexem group. My visionary leader, Shalamar Bey. My visionary leader, like Tajari. See them regarding being associated with or affiliated with consular courts and the building of our consulates all over the world. This, just like the first movement, is a divine movement, and it will not be stopped, because Hiram Abiff is arising, baby. His spirit is building from the ground to the crown. Hiram Abiff is building, alive and well. I'll be with y'all soon. Love you very much. Talk to you later.